Hi, on today's video I will be making a wooden magnetic knife holder from this piece of walnut. This project came really in need for us since we've been storing our knives in this chef's knife wrapper and it has been a bit inconvenient. And like with most woodworking projects, I started by planing down a strain edge to the wood. And since I don't have a planer or a jointer yet, I did it with a hand plane. But since the wood is rather small, it was quite a quick thing to do. And for this project, you can pretty much use any offcut of wood that you have that is big enough for your knife holder. I bought this piece of walnut from our local lumber yard from their offcut pile. Once I had planed down a straight edge to the piece, I measured the width for the knife holder. For mine, I decided to go with 6 centimeters since I thought that's a good fit, and since I will be using 20 millimeter magnets, that's plenty of space for them as well. And for the length of the knife holder, I will be using the whole piece since it measures at 50 centimeters, and I thought that will be good for holding several knives. Once I had marked where I would want to make the cut, I took out my circular saw and attached the fence to it so I could make a straight cut according to the line. After cutting the piece to its final measurements, it was time to drill some holes for the magnets. I will be using this drill press since I have one, but you could do this with just a hand drill or a hand drill with a drilling guide if you have one. The key is to make sure that you don't drill through the piece, but you leave a little bit of wood where you can then attach the magnets on the other side. And I will be using this 20mm Forstner bit since my magnets have 20mm diameter. And before drilling the holes, I marked down where I would want to drill the holes. I spaced them out to 6.5 centimeters from each other. And after I had drilled the first holes, I actually noticed that maybe it would make sense to mark down the positions from the other way as well, so then it would make the drilling a bit more easier. And for each spot I made 2 set of holes just that I could have 2 magnets holding each of the knives just to make it a bit more secure. And as you can see, I do have this ratchet clamp next to the drill, but I ended up drilling the holes with just holding the piece in my hand. And as you might have noticed, I do have a new tool in the shop, so I did buy this vacuum cleaner from Makita, and it has been really nice. You can attach it to the tools, it has multiple adapters, so it's really easy and makes sawing and sanding and everything a bit more cleaner, so there won't be that much dust around. And speaking of sanding, I kind of made a stupid, or not a mistake, but stupid thing at this point, so I ended up sanding the whole piece and roughing down the edges before gluing the magnets in, and that was a bit of an unnecessary thing to do at this point. And after sanding the piece, I started gluing down the magnets. I unfortunately didn't turn the camera on when I did the gluing, but I did use this 2-part epoxy because I thought that will hold them nice and tight on the piece, but it did make a bit of a mess, and that was the thing with sanding, because now I need to sand the whole piece again, so then sanding it before doing the glue up was kind of unnecessary. When to attach the magnets tightly, I pushed them a bit down, and then at the end I attached magnets to the opposite side so that they would pull them down, so that they would be as close to the knives at the end as possible. And as a tip, when working with strong magnets, I would suggest wearing gloves, because if you get your finger squeezed in between the magnets, that hurts quite a lot. And now, once the epoxy had cured overnight, it was time to sand the whole piece again. Now that the sanding was done, it was time to finish the project, and as a finish I used this clear wood oil wax mix to finish the whole project, because we did want to keep the natural color of the walnut, and with this it turned out really great. And then it was just a matter of leaving the piece to cure overnight again. And now that the piece had cured overnight, it was time to attach it to our kitchen wall. You could attach it with screws by routing in a T slot on the piece and attaching it by that. But since I don't have a router yet, I use this double-sided tape that is meant for attaching things on the walls, and this especially is made for the bathroom, so it resists some water, and it's a nice way to attach it on the wall without drilling any holes. So then if you want to change the position, it's quite okay to do it. And once I had the tape on, I turned the piece round and pushed it a bit down the counter just to make sure that it holds. And then I just took out the longest knife that we had, which is the bread knife, and started looking for a good position where the knife would fit and it would look nice. And once I had the correct position looked out, I just took out the level and pushed it on its place, making sure that it is level. And after that, you just need to apply enough pressure so that the tape gets a good hold on the wall. And then, once the knife holder was on the wall, then it was just a matter of putting all the knives to it and get it in use. And I do must say that it looks really nice now that it's on its place and ready. And here you have it, the finished product. It wasn't quite an easy project, easy to make. You can make it just from a scrap piece of wood, it doesn't require much. Only thing that you might have to use a bit of time to get are the magnets, because you do want some super strong magnets so that they can hold the knives. But otherwise, it is a quick, inexpensive project and quite useful, at least for us, since we've been storing the knives on this folding cover from the time that we lived in the van. So it's nice to have a place for them and have them a bit more easily accessible now that we live in the house. But yeah, that's all from this time. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave it a like, and if you want to see more, remember to subscribe to the channel as well. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.